Today I'm reviewing the MINISFORUM UM890 Pro mini PC with the Ryzen 9 8945HS, 64GB DDR5 5600, and a 1TB PCIe 4.0 SSD. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've been using this unit on my desk as a primary workstation, code compiling, multiple virtual machines, large spreadsheets, and also light content creation. I've had it connected to multiple displays, a couple of USB peripherals, and a gigabit LAN for extended workdays. This review isn't based on spec tables, it's based on how it behaved with real workloads. Let's set expectations up front. This isn't a full-size desktop tower with room for expansion and a discrete GPU. It's also not a tiny stick PC that's only good for basic tasks. What this is built for is a serious, compact desktop that handles demanding productivity workloads and multitasking in a small footprint. Performance in everyday work feels confident and consistent. The Ryzen 9 8945HS is a strong chip with plenty of threads, and paired with 64GB of fast DDR5, it chews through heavy browser tabs, IDEs, and terminal workloads without hesitation. Compiling code and running VMs on this unit feels noticeably more fluid than typical consumer mini PCs. It's the sort of responsiveness you expect from a mid-range desktop. In real terms, switching between multiple apps stays smooth even with a dozen or more Chrome tabs open alongside Slack, versus code, and Docker containers. The system doesn't pause or stutter, it behaves like a system with room to breathe. Storage performance is also practical. The 1TB PCIe 4.0 SSD delivers quick boot times and fast project loads. Large file transfers and project builds feel immediate. For most workflows, 1TB handles codebases, media assets, and tools without frequent space juggling. If you store huge video libraries locally, you might eventually add external storage, but the included drive is ample for day-to-day work. Thermals and noise are areas worth talking about honestly. In a compact chassis, heat is always a challenge, and here it's managed in a way that's sensible but noticeable. Under sustained heavy CPU loads, long compiles or parallel VM stress, the unit gets warm and the fans ramp accordingly. It's not loud compared to a traditional desktop, but it's audible in a quiet room and definitely noticeable on a desk in close proximity. For me it wasn't distracting, but it's not whisper quiet under load. Noise at idle or light use is minimal. If you're reading documents, streaming a video, or doing lighter tasks, the fans stay low and the system blends into the background. The build quality feels solid. The chassis has enough heft that it doesn't feel fragile, and the ports are well spaced. Quad display output is genuinely useful if you run multiple monitors. I had two 27-inch panels and two secondary displays connected without fuss. Display switching and extended desktops behaved reliably. Now the trade-offs. This isn't a gaming machine, and if your priority is high-end 3D performance, a system with a dedicated GPU still makes more sense. Integrated graphics here are competent for everyday video and light editing, but they aren't aimed at gaming or GPU-heavy compute. Also, while the system's performance is strong for productivity, thermal headroom is finite. In very long, heavy workloads, you see temperature-based scaling that's sensible but means you don't get uninterrupted peak performance like a large tower with aggressive cooling. Where this fits in logically is between ultra-portable mini PCs and full desktops. Compared to small business-oriented mini systems with lower-end CPUs, this feels like a productivity-first choice. Compared to desktops with discrete GPUs, you trade raw graphics performance and expansion for size and simplicity. Who this makes sense for is anyone who wants desktop-class CPU power in a compact, desk-friendly package, developers, power users, and creators who don't need a big GPU, but do need consistent performance and plenty of RAM and storage. It's particularly sensible for workspaces where desk real estate is at a premium. Overall, after use across real workflows, this feels like a practical and capable mini PC that delivers on its core promise of strong, sustained productivity performance in a compact form, with honest thermals and expected trade-offs for that size. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.